We are Polaroid Fade.
We want you to feel personalized. Like, we want you to have your own feelings about the lyrics and make your own opinions, and like, it's kind of like poetry. Like, it's, you read something and you're like, it could mean one thing for one person and then a totally different thing for another person. But it's all personalized, so that means, you know, the two different things, it's personalized to them.
And you're drowning in it too. And I'll
Cardigan is like very heavily The Cure.
Yeah. I mean, drums and guitar kind of drive that song, and then you get to the chorus and she just it's cool. Yeah.
What was the genesis behind putting the group together?
Wow. So Nicoletta's dad just so happens to be in a Genesis tribute band that I work for, that we work for. Dylan and I used to run the lights. Now you run lights, and I just run around on stage and make things go right when they're going wrong.
Pretty much.
Yeah, but so we both work for your dad, and he played me a demo. It was the Christmas song, I think, and I was like, dude, I would love to be in this band. And he was like, well, we're looking for a guitar player, and then that's the end. That's how it happened.
That's awesome.
And like, being in this band, like, you're looking for the most specific, like, guitar player type thing, and I'm like, yeah, that's the kind of guitar I would like to play.
Now, there is, I feel like in recent years, there's been this renewed interest in like dream pop, jangle pop, all kind of under the indie sort of umbrella. Bands like, you know, The Cure and The Smiths. Obviously, you guys channel in that sort of sound, but what do you guys think is the reason behind that renewed interest, and why do you think younger people, such as the fans in your demographic, gravitate towards it?
I think it's because we target our sound to be towards this like 80s, 90s, like we want it to sound more authentic, like The Cure and The Smiths. And I feel like the kids my age are like, we long for that. We want to live in the 80s and the 90s, and we love vintage stuff, and we want to live in that time period, and we want to feel those emotions. And I can speak on personal experience that I always have felt a warmth around like the 80s and the 90s, and I'm always like, Mom, let's watch this 80s movie, or Dad, let's watch this 90s movie. And that was our like focus pretty much of my childhood. So
there is that thing too, like, where I don't know where I heard it from, but it's like nostalgia runs in 30-year cycles. So if you think back going into like 90s, like that's where it's all kind of coming full circle, sort of. Seems like there's that sort of demand for that kind of aesthetic.
It's everything. It's like music, fashion, like in fact, the Polaroid camera. Like we just make that a part of our show, and it's like no one, like people buy. You can go to Target and buy a brand new Polaroid camera now. Like it's true. It's coming back.
What track goes down the greatest live in terms of audience response from various things that you guys have done, like whether if it's the latest single that you guys are pushing or what you might use on a TikTok that reaches a certain demographic, which one usually gets people revved up the most?
Really? On the album, I would say Bliss, maybe?
Bliss, yeah.
Bliss is the one.
Yeah. It has a little intro that I'm a big YouTube fan, and there's a little hint at the edge in the beginning of the song. It's literally like less than 8 seconds. But like in my head, it's so YouTube.
It's those little homages that just, it's the icing on the cake.
I love doing that live because I see people like, oh, this is cool. I'm like, you don't even know what that's from. It's from a YouTube song, kid. You know? Stuff like that.
Bliss is the Sundays.
Yeah. That's got the most sing-along guitar solo. Like it's easy to sing along.
It's enough for a Brazilian soccer stadium to just come alive to.
That song has been going off. It's one of those songs that you can like tell it has like you can jump to it, and the fact that it's like blowing up streaming in Brazil, we're like, but like we always joke around that one day we're gonna see like some soccer jerseys in the front.
That works, but it was also like, you know, that works, it sounds cool, and it's like, that's a really good line, and then, you know,
it's done.
They became the album title, so.
Chaos and Poetry for me is like Nicoletta wrote a lot of these songs during COVID, and like, okay, that was absolute chaos, but if you look now, you're like, oh.
So strange, but I wouldn't have it any other way.
pure with like mix of the Sundays with like a little bit of the Smiths. Like I think the Smiths, we take the Smiths lyrics into heart when we pull from their influence, and I feel like I picture you a barista or an astronaut. Like that's such a Smiths like.
It's a very Morrissey.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to
There's the reference to Heathers. The movie Heathers is referenced in there.
Okay.
I picture you. What is it? What's the lyric? We talk about
we
the
talk
girls we
a
hate.
lot about movies and the girls we hate, like Heathers and like Kate.
Yeah. Like Any Other Way has always been like kind of like an ending to the show.
Really?
So I always thought that was like the big like, you know, whatever song you end with is your best song. That's like your rock and roll night.
And my parents lived in a house on Delancey Street.
It's on the single.
Yeah.
You go on the boardwalk,
That
The
shot.
street sign.
you'll see Delancey. Oh, you can walk down the boardwalk, find the street sign, and then walk down the street.
It's literally a picture of the street sign.
Always thinking of you, figured how to love you. But never myself. Delancey, all your waves, December waves they are. Delancey, all your
Delancey is the Smiths for sure, with the guitars.
Yeah, it's the most nerve-wracking song to play live for me. The solo is like arpeggio chords and stuff like that, which is very Smiths, and you're like, come on, Johnny, why?
And the ghost of Johnny.
You're trying to like get that sound, but still like the original. Like, so that's where like it has that like surfer.
Total
like that's how you're doing two things, and like
yeah.
it's very like you have to be precise, and if not, it's
I love the way the record flows because for me, I think the highlight is Delancey.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, just down to the arrangement, the guitar solo, it's just full-bodied. But yet you have a track like Worry About Me Later, which the chorus just drives constantly throughout. And it's short and concise.
Worry about me later. Stay with me here tonight.
When Dad and I first started writing these songs during COVID, we were thinking about what we wanted to sound like. And we knew we wanted to pull from The Cure, The Smiths, Radiohead, Sundays, etc., etc. But we didn't know if we wanted to go like My Bloody Valentine and go a little bit more shoegazy.
Sure.
Or we didn't know if we wanted to go like full, like more chest voice, more like bolder, I guess. And he goes, we could also stay a little bit centered and we can just kind of branch off in different directions. This song was kind of like a, let's try something different. Let's go a little bit in this direction rather than like keeping it in this like box per se.
Stay with me here tonight. You can talk me into anything, and I would be alright. For the record, I was done. A perfect mess of things to come. I died when you sent over a smile. You can be reckless once in a while. Worry about me later and stay with me here tonight. You can talk me into anything, and I would be alright. Worry about me later and stay with me here tonight. You can talk me into anything, and I would be alright.
That one particular track, though, where I find is out of the general sound of the record, which has that airy dream pop kind of quality, that one, it just sounds, to me, it just sounds like four guys in a room, closed off. It's the most, one of the more intimate sounding tracks, I feel sonically. But I kind of like that, like, sort of like drastic change from getting acquainted from the first couple of tracks on the record, and then it draws in that different type of sonic. It's a nice groove.
Staring at the sea. Oh, what could be?
To be honest with you, I was streaming the record recently, and then I immediately when that song came on, because I had known it for the longest time when you guys first started doing gigs, but then I'm like, you can have the Sundays track real quick.
it's the
track.
It's the acoustic guitar and the vocals that really like.
Yeah.
You get
that strum pattern.
But it's cool, like live. You have to figure out how to pull off some of the songs in the album, and that's one of the songs where I'm like, ooh, because there's two guitars in the album. There's that like Leslie like rotary speaker guitar, and then there's that straight acoustic. We tried it with just that acoustic part, and like live, it's like something's missing. So I ended up playing, and our bass player Jeremy, like it's almost like you don't miss the acoustic guitar playing because you just can't. And it's so like
It's like percussive.
like it's percussive, it grooves, and you're like, oh my god.
Just leave. And this day is just another day. And this mood is all I have to say. So tell me I'm wrong, and forever doesn't ever last this long. So stay, this day,
What was the process like of putting the record together? Because obviously there's tracks on here like Any Other Way, Worry About Me Later, Cotton Candy Skies that were released as singles beforehand. Was it a case of let's put out the best of what we've done so far plus some new things, or did you guys have like a vision of what you wanted the record to be when you guys got signed to Short Points?
So the 5 main singles that we had prior released to the album, those were just kind of like, we put them out on our own because we were like, we just need to put music out. And then that's when we started playing shows and stuff like that. And then as soon as we signed to Short Points, we said, okay, we're going to throw out a single and then we'll throw out the album right after that.
I mean, we put out the singles of like, we know we are always going to play these songs live.
Yeah.
So like, if we're going to play them live and we don't have an album out, we should make these so people can at least come to the show maybe knowing Bliss or Any Other Way.
At least the first couple of
and
songs.
Yeah. I think the order was it's kind of self-explanatory. Like we have the singles first.
Yeah,
and then,
taking up the first half of the record.
Yeah. But my favorite one to play live is probably Scared. Scared, I feel a deep connection with because that was the first song that we wrote. Like fully, wrote, recorded. Like that was the first fully done song.
You wrote a song called Scared. You were locked down during COVID. Like, it's so like perfect. Johnny Marr always says like he's a fan of like Now
Sure.
Yeah.
He's got that.
Like the guitar in the chorus.
Yeah,
you listen
yeah.
to it. It's a lot of playing guitar like a drummer. Like you're playing like these rhythms.
Oh yeah. Yeah, she was.
And for a second
as cool as the guitars are for that, that's literally like a vocal song. Like you in live, it has to be placed. I feel like in the right point of the set list, because if you sing it later in the show, do you have enough gas in the tank to like hit those? Like it's it's intense.
Yeah.
I definitely think that's probably my biggest vocal performance out of the entire album.
It was always you who wasn't me. I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm
This one's actually a fan favorite too.
Is it actually?
Yeah.
That's cool.
I've had a bunch of people complain.
We don't know why.
Complain to me. They're like, before the album came out, I had a whole bunch of my friends go, "Where's Thursday?" I'm like, it's coming.
They like heard it live.
But they're like, where's the single? Where's the actual release?
Yeah.
We've only played it live.
A handful
less
of
than
times.
5 times.
A handful of times.
Which, I mean, for us, we're always like, we love the song, but like, we're like, that's the one that you
It's not even that we don't love it. It's just long and it's slower. It is a 4.5, I think, minute song.
Yeah.
That's a long song, especially for it being such a like lower, like tempoed song. Like we don't want the crowd to just
Most of
Yeah.
So if you look at the album, like a lot of these songs are, minus the last 2, maybe the last 3, were designed to be like, you get people's attention by being a good live band, I think, nowadays. I mean, I feel like there's not many.
You almost have to prove yourself in that avenue.
So like, it's a lot of like, having people go, wow, and I thought Thursday was like, not like a, it was just kind of like, it's cool, but I love it. I never got it, I still don't get it, but like, I love the song. Playing it live, I was always like,
yeah, I don't know.
It's cool.
If I heard it live, I'd appreciate it.
Sure.
It's not like
any other way. It's not good.
it's not scared. It's not sexy. It's not right.
It
It's
exists
not.
on its own.
Yeah.
Thursday's blue. I said, we believe the daily breeze.
This was also another one of the first ones that we wrote. It wasn't fully recorded, but it was definitely one of the first songs that we wrote and had our little phone recording and said that we wanted to do something with it.
Some songs I feel like are guitar songs. Like Delancey, I feel like it's a guitar song.
Yeah.
And then like this is a vocal song. Songs where like there's like the band like we chill in the background and like Nicoletta can spotlight like do that thing. And then I feel like there's like other songs where it's like it's everyone at the front of the stage.
Yeah.
Which is cool because that gives you, I mean, in terms of the album, it's like it's does that like pacing thing. You're like, oh, okay, I can really get into focus and kind of think without really talking about. And like sometimes you're just like, oh yeah, the bass. And I feel like this is another like big vocal song.
I was a happy child with happy dolls. You were a baseball guy with different thoughts. And now
This is my favorite song, and it's, I don't know if we'll play it live soon because it is, If you listen to the production of the drums on it, there's a lot of reverb and like.
That's the one thing I noticed when the snare hits in the very beginning. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, and like the whole song's got like dumped in a tank of reverb.
Sure.
And
Yeah.
like to get that live, you know, certain rooms it would sound terrible. If you play that in a basement show, like you know, like go to like a college basement show, you'd be like, oh no.
Yeah. No.
Play that at a place like Anchor Rock Club.
You need that ambiance.
Smiling and so calm.
The reverb trail on the guitar, you would be amazed at how long it actually is. Like you think it, a chord is reverb, like you could probably play a chord at the beginning of the song, and the song ends with the first chord, like 2 minutes later. Like it's so much reverb and like cool production stuff, which really like it's like great. I call it like canyon rock. Sounds like you took your like music, put it at the bottom of the Grand Canyon.
Yeah,
like,
yep. And then just the sound of the reverbs and echoes from the
especially the last like 30 seconds or so. And what's funny about this one is we couldn't figure out the ending for like a while. It was hard to figure out because we knew that we wanted to end it with something else.
Yeah.
And we had the ending chords written, but we just couldn't figure out what to do there. So we had written an entire part, which obviously is a part. We recorded it, we hated it. We recorded it again with a different melody, hated it. And then we ended up coming up with this last part, and I mean, I had chills. And I don't usually have chills like I hate hearing myself sing. But, when I sat down to hear this last part, I had chills. And I was just like, this is how I did it. And I thought it's so perfect.
It's like it automatically just delegated itself to the very end.
Yeah.
I love it. We'll play it live one day. I don't know when.
We'll
Again,
get there.
it's a big production thing.
Sure.
How do you pull that off live?